Hello, Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, let's get right into it, Cancers. Let's go. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, Cancers. Hopefully, you all are having a good day. This reading is for the 29th of October through the 5th of November. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, all right, let's go. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. All right. I saw that judgment card out there. I saw that judgment card. You all are breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. All right. Breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. And people, looks like that judgment card came. It looks like people are trying to judge you for how you're breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. I'm going to pick that card back up. Let me pick that card back up. Talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. Everybody's video is going to be going up for if you're on the Patreon side, Cancer, just so you know. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below in the description. But everybody's the prediction video is going up on the Patreon side for those of you all who are over there. So thank you for being here and over there. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Yeah. A lot of people are still being judged for how they're breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. And a lot of people are, like I said, a lot of people who don't know, what has been going on in other people's families are judging people without knowing what's been going. Like, for instance, your friends and people who are on the outside are judging and don't know what's going on in people's families. So Source is saying before you judge somebody else and how they are breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses, sweep around your own front door. Sweep around your own front door before you judge your boyfriend, girlfriend, your husband, your wife, even your siblings, for real. Sweep around your own front door. Everybody's breaking their own generational cycles, chains, and curses. However, Source is giving them, their assignment, right? Everybody has an assignment, right? That's what this cycle has been teaching everybody. And speaking of which, this cycle actually closes out with this 10 of Wands here. This assignment actually closes out on the 31st of October. So we have the 10 of Wands here. I see somebody being booked and busy and not burdened at all. Just leaving the past behind, right? Leaving the past behind. People who wearing masks and people who believe the worst, they believe lies about you. People who have lied on you, lied to you. So it looks like there could be possibly a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, who may have lied to you, lied about you, believed lies about all of that. Somebody who may have seen you as competition, who, remember, you all are ruled by the moon, right? And so something about somebody saw you as competition, right? And if you think about it, Cancer, something about what they told you, you can tell who they were talking to, because whatever they shared with you was almost like identical to something traumatic you may have gone through, right? And it's almost like, okay, and it's not somebody you would have gotten a reading from. It wouldn't have been somebody you got a reading from. You know what I'm saying? It was almost too coincidental. So okay, it could have been in a place where you grew up. So you just know, okay, this is too coincidental. You may have grown up in the same geographical location where you grew up. Like I said, it was just too coincidental, right? So you already knew who they were aligned with. It's not rocket science, right? So it's just saying, they believe whatever they heard about you, trying to get too familiar with you too fast, didn't really care. But it's when you're dealing with familiar spirits, Source is trying to help you all, Cancer, to not continue nurturing those types of energies, because familiar spirits can be pretty dangerous, but they end up having a backdraft. Because what they don't realize, this is what you got to understand, Cancer, it's all good because it's all Source. Familiar spirits, that's what they do. They go to jobs like that. Nobody trusts them. Nobody trusts familiar spirits. They get familiar with people really fast, and they think everybody is jealous of them. They always experience some kind of hardship because they go from place to place to place, getting familiar with everybody really fast. That's how they move through companies and organizations. All they want to know is how to move up fast. So they sleep with anybody. They'll just whatever. So source is saying, step aside, step aside, right? Yeah, here we have the devil card. Yeah. So they're just chained to their demons. They're always overwhelmed with something. They're always overwhelmed. So source is saying the sooner you can, they want to chain you to something, like try to keep you chained to some kind of fear, doubt, uncertainty, some kind of confusion. So that's how you're going to recognize, one way you're going to kind of sort of recognize, their energy. That's how you're going to know who they're connected to in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, yeah, just by the way that they talk, the number 3 connects us with lips, right? So when you look at the shape of a number 3, it looks like lips. It's what they talk about. It'll let you know who they're talking to, how they're somehow connected to people, right? So 3 of Cups. Right, so who they're talking to, what they're talking about. So here we have the 9 of Swords, right? And their spirit is also a druid. They're associated, their malevolent spirit also associated with nightmares. So again, if you've had nightmares about them or whatever, so they give people nightmares wherever they go. You're just like, what? But your wishes are about to be fulfilled because you stopped talking to them altogether. Your wishes are about to be fulfilled because you stopped talking to them. Here we have the 4 of Cups. Because you stopped talking to those energies, first of all, this is what Source is revealing to you. Because you stopped talking to those energies, whoever is still chained to them is actually bound to whatever spirit is on them. So in this case here, somebody is connected to their spirit of depression. In this case right here. So the spell work has been sent back. So if you block them, you instantly cut off that and it went back to them. But whoever's still connected to them, it is connected. It's like it's bound to them, right? It's bound to them. So let me give somebody an example of what I'm talking about. Let's say, for instance, your ex. Let's say this. You have kids with somebody, Cancer, right? Let's say you have kids with an ex, right? And because you all are human lie detectors, and you picked up on maybe your ex, or let's say your family members or their family, whatever, was talking about you in a negative way. They was lying about you. It was a bunch of lies being told about you. Let's say you with a new person, Cancer, and y'all are doing well or whatever, and y'all both are picking up, or you're picking up. Let's say you're the Cancer in the relationship. You're picking up on some stuff being said about you and your person, right? Because there's a younger person involved here. And that person, they're already feeling some kind of way. They're already overwhelmed because they're hearing all this stuff about you. So they're already overwhelmed. Nobody wants to hear, kids don't want to hear anything negative about their parents. I don't care, because kids have their own view on their parents. That's why I always tell people, don't say anything bad about people's parents. Kids are never really watching television. They never really playing any games. Their ears are always like little satellite dishes, right? They trying to go to sleep, having nightmares, hearing all of this negative stuff. They got to try to process all of that stuff and try to go to school and all this craziness, right? All this stuff going on around them, right? You got whoever these energies are, don't care, So you're going to start, like I said, if you see this moon card right here, flushing all of that stuff out. Once you stop talking to an energy, like nothing can survive without air, dark magic, spell work, none of that stuff. Once you decide you're cutting ties with the very energy that you believe, this is the I believe sign, are spreading lies about you and your person. Let's say you're with someone, you and your person, or if it's just you, it doesn't matter. They're spreading lies about you and your husband or wife or partner or significant other, whatever. It's like you're shutting that out of your house. Y'all are doing a spiritual cleansing detox. You're getting all that out your house, right? So let's say y'all split weekends with the kids. You're still doing all of that. You're doing the flushing, the cleansing, right? So to keep that momentum when the kids or child or whatever comes to your house, you still got the water sounds playing in the background, because again, you're keeping that serene calmness. You're not sitting there asking them a bunch of questions, what was said, because they don't need that constant conversation going on about what was it. They've already overwhelmed with all the lies they heard about you. So you're keeping it high vibrational. You're keeping it high vibrational. You've already heard all the stuff. They've already lied about your sexuality. They've already lied about who they in and out of your house, what kind of conversations they've heard. They've already lied about everything, because that's what all this water is about. They've lied about your mental health. They've already exaggerated everything to the hilt as far as you're concerned, Cancer. Everything. Who they've seen you with. I mean, and it's causing whoever, this younger person, all kinds of nightmares and depression. But they're blaming it all on you. They're not making it any better, because they're causing even more dark. This is a form of dark magic. They're not doing anything to help. In their mind, they think, oh, well, they caused all these issues, and we're just talking about, I can't believe they did all of this stuff, and they let somebody see all of this other stuff. This thing about you, Cancer. So Source is saying, if they're around you, then you're keeping the vibrations high, right? You're keeping the vibrations high. So they step through that threshold, they're just hearing water sounds. They're just hearing water sounds. So if you've mentioned anything about you watching tarot, or you have anything on television, like you're watching tarot or whatever in the background, and they've told somebody that, oh, we saw such and such on whatever, all kinds of things, right? This again speaks to everybody breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. People telling a lot of lies about your spirit. They don't know what generational cycles, chains, and curses that you all are breaking. They have their own to break. They're judging you, right? They're causing more nightmares and pain and chaos and confusion. And if anything happens, a mental break happens, or something really worse happens, guess who they're going to blame? You. They're never the blame. They're never the blame. So Source is saying, you got to be the person to be the adult. Like you're the cardinal sign, so you have to be the initiator, because there's a younger person involved here. So you don't have to actually be the parent. You could be the teacher or the educator. You could be the mentor. You could be the whatever. But Source is trying to get somebody to be, whether you're a man, woman, however you identify, is to be the initiator of just realizing, even if you have a classroom filled with kids, Cancer, that you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, with these kids. And people are suffering from depression. That's what this is. Chained to the devil. Literally chained to a particular belief system that you are the devil. Literally, that you are the devil. So, yep. And that's a journey that you have taken. That's what you can relate to. You're down to earth and you're relatable because somebody did the same thing to you. So see this white rabbit here? Right. So you have drank the potion, you have eaten the cake, you have gone on a peculiar journey, you have awakened from a nightmare yourself, right? So you know that the people that you've left behind are still on their peculiar journey, and their fairy tale has been your nightmare, right? And so you have awakened and you created your own life, your own traditions, your own structure, right? And so eventually whoever these younger people are going to wake up themselves, right? And so that's what your prayer for them is. That's what your prayer for them is. And so they'll eventually come around, eventually. And guess who they're going to come to? You. Yep, here we have the Five of Pentacles here. But for now, you got to keep them out of your life. For now, you're going to have to keep. You're going to have to keep it. People keep using them as a pawn to try to enter your life in some way, shape, form, or fashion because they still want access to your life. So really remember, take things on case-by-case basis. Source is trying to get you because people are still trying to demonize you. So that's how somebody is going to handle something. Whatever they've been trying to demonize, like for instance, if somebody has been telling lies on you, you got, let's say for instance, what's coming up next? Halloween. Let's say for instance, somebody's been saying you're a witch, whatever, right? Not to try to control what's going on in your house or whatever, I don't even really, because I'm not trying to control anybody in this reading. But let's say somebody's saying that you're a witch. I don't know if somebody wears costumes or not, like a witch hat or whatever the case may be. People find all kinds of creative ways of trying to control what goes on behind people's doors. I don't really know, but it looks like there's some energies every time you're on the cusp of like stepping through your vault door. And I know a lot of it has to do with people cross-watching videos and actually stalking, being obsessed with watching tarot. So for all the energies that call you demonic, Cancer, I know y'all need to hear this. For all the energies that consider tarot as demonic, for some reason they cannot peel their eyes away from it and they can't stop talking about it, right? But somehow they are influencing younger people to talk about how demonic it is as it relates to you, not realizing that's a form of dark magic that they're projecting onto them, causing them nightmares. So somehow they still are tying themselves to you. If you're somehow that demonic, why are they watching tarot? What are they trying to learn? What are they learning? What are they cross-watching for? Wouldn't it, if we're talking about spirituality, wouldn't it be advantageous for them to somehow increase their wisdom and knowledge and somehow tie it together to make it something positive? The spirituality here. Wouldn't it be advantageous to make it something positive? Not pray on something, but pray for something, like pray for clarity. I mean, just what... Yeah, but something, I mean, like I said before, you got people who are wearing masks, who like to keep people levels below them, like keep people in the dark. That's why you got this dark figure right here that's almost submerged underwater, like to keep people in the dark about things. But somehow want the people in and out of your house talking trash. That's going to be a no. Because again, here you are on the throne, down to earth and relatable, but somehow being demonized. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't. So for some of you all, depending on who it is, I mean, if it's an adult, y'all may have to just meet them. If it's a young adult, y'all may have to just meet them outside of your house somewhere. You just, if that's the case. If that's the case. But what you're not going to do is go through any more nightmares. And if you happen to meet them somewhere, you're going to take somebody with you. Just kind of as a, as proof of what the conversation was about. You're not going by yourself, but yeah. It has to be, neutral location, whatever, out in the open somewhere, around your friends or somewhere you feel safe and comfortable. But this right here, because all this water here lets me know that they could be recording. And it's not even you being paranoid. It really is just that you just don't trust anybody who would demonize another human being. You just don't trust them. That's the reason why you stop talking. You stop talking to somebody. They've already labeled you as dark. And I'm talking to men and women. They've already demonized you, labeled you as dark. So, no. So let's see if we can find some good news in your reading here for the next 7 days. Because you're trying to close out a cycle. You're trying to keep the peace in your life. Somebody is trying to rebuild. You're in great spirits. You're in a posture of gratitude. Your wishes are being fulfilled. And there's a younger person who is depressed. They're having a lot of nightmares. And this is something that somebody can relate to this. Somebody can relate to this. So now some people want to come back around now that things are going very well for you. So I noticed somebody is cross-watching you guys' videos. I know that because I'm looking here in the cards. So I see you being able to defend your decision to move on from something without even coming across as defensive. Something about, you know, like I said, something about your feedback is like, hey, listen, you're not trying to add to something. There is no more conversation. If that's what you all want to feed somebody in their mind, you're not trying to clear something up because you're not trying. You know what comes to mind here is just the use of wisdom, right? The story of the, you know, what comes to mind is the person who wanted to cut the baby in half. Right? You all are familiar with that story. Right. So in the book of 1 Kings 3:16 through 28, you know, it recounts the two mothers living in the same house. Each, the mother and the infant son, came to Solomon. And so one of the babies had been smothered, and each claimed that the remaining boy as her own, calling for the sword. And so Solomon declared his judgment. The baby would be cut in two. Each woman would receive half, right? And so the one who wasn't the real mother was ready to sacrifice. Like, yeah, let's cut the baby in half, right? That's who you know who's not, because the actual parent is like, I'm not sacrificing my child's mental health or physical health. That's wisdom. That's real love. I'm not going to sacrifice my child's mental health or physical health. If you all are content with seeing somebody that damaged and hurt by continuing to demonize somebody, and I feel like that's what applies here. That's a number 7. So 7 is something is complete. Somebody is saying, listen, if you all are content with demonizing you, Cancer, that's where you all are coming from. It's like, no. You're not contributing to somebody else's mental break. You're not contributing to somebody else's mental break. Stop watching tarot if that's the case. Keep people out of your house, out of your business. Stop talking to people. Stop talking to you. Stop sending people across your path. If you're such the devil incarnate, if you're such a dark entity, then okay. Okay, hey. You know how to pray. You know how to pray. You know how to pray for covering. You know how to pray for peace. You know how to pray for covering. You know how to pray for peace. Because you know it's really the other energy wants access to your home and using whoever this energy is as a pawn. Whoever, if it's kids or a child, they're using them as a pawn to get to you. Don't care about the person, the young person or the younger people. Don't care about their mental health. Don't care about that. Just want to blame you. So it's just like, no. It's a new day. There's a Magician card, right? So you're sending a very strong message of love for real. You're sending a very clear message. Magician and upright. That's the initiator, creative, and logical. That you are not going to be a magician in reverse, creating confusion in a disorganized mind. The answer is no, a very firm no. Very firm no. Here's the 7 of Swords. They can try to assassinate your character. They can call you a narcissist. They can call you whatever they want to call you. They can call you whatever they want to call you. It doesn't matter. Here's the 4 of Pentacles. They can tell people that you watch tarot. They can tell people that you teach tarot, that you read cards, you got a crystal ball in your house. They can say you got on a witch costume. They can say whatever they want to say. Here's the 4 of Pentacles. They can say what they want to say. But your doors are closed. Here's the King of Cups. King of Cups. But you already tried it their way. Whoever they are, you already tried it their way. You do not want to be chained to them. You do not want to be chained to them. So you're closing up. That's right. You're enforcing a boundary. You are enforcing a boundary. And there's a judgment card again. So it's two of them judging you. And remember we saw the judgment card here. Yes, two of them judging you. These two. They like to keep people levels below them. You're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses in your personal and your professional life. They have the same, these two energies have the same mentality. The same mentality. They like to talk trash about people. They like to compete, compare. They don't care whose mental health they put at stake here. They like to blame people, whoever these energies are. They like to blame people. And because you're enforcing a boundary, Cancer, and you're saying, no, no, no. If you're such a horrible person and you all can do better, I stand in agreement with whatever it is you're doing, but I'm standing back and I'm praying. I'm just going to pray. I stand in agreement with whatever you say you're going to do better. I'm standing in agreement and praying for that. That's the frequency that you're on. But you will not be manipulated by this master manipulator. It's a man in the midst of something who is a master manipulator. So yeah, they want to assassinate your character. But nope. You've been under that master manipulation for years. You're not doing it again. So again, you're being conservative with your time. Conversation, if at all, won't take long at all. Won't take long at all. You have the whole world in front of you. Because you're in the light about something. See, what's happening here is that something has been going on for a long time, Cancer, and you all are, not only are you all sweethearts, you're human lie detectors, right? So you have been asking, looking at your cards, I can already see this. You all have been asking questions, direct questions for a long time, and everybody has been saying no, no, no. People have been lying to you, not only about you, but to you. You have been asking questions. Whoever these energies are, you all have been asking questions. You all have been saying this, whoever these are. This has to do with kids. I don't know who has kids or a child, but this has to do with kids or a child or whatever. Everybody has been saying no. Everybody's been acting evasive, like they don't really know what's going on. But something has now been smoked out. Like the smoke and mirrors. Everything is about to come out. Everything is about to come out. Because now people don't have a choice but to speak up and talk. Not everybody wants to assassinate your character. This is this right here. Because the cracks is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You don't want to join water with them because of how they did things. They told, so whoever these energies are, Cancer, they told so many lies on you all. You and your person, it's not even fun. If you're married to somebody, because of their jealousy and envy, they told so many lies on you and your person. Or if it's just you, they already assassinated your character. This was not well thought of at all. This just wasn't. Somebody jumped to some conclusions about some stuff. It wasn't well thought of. They went straight to the dark side. Talking trash. This is the Five of Pentacles about. Talking trash. Went and got information, gave you the cold shoulder, got some more information, gave you the cold shoulder, got some more information, gave limited information, gave you the cold shoulder. No, you're not trying to build. You're not being difficult, none of that. They watched a couple of videos, because they cross-watching, obsessed. Didn't pray about a thing. Didn't want to have a fireside chat. Nothing. Now all of a sudden the cracks are really showing because people have been lying. And your wishes are still being fulfilled. Here we have the Two of Cups. You with your soulmate, whether it's a man, woman, whoever. You're with your soulmate. Your life is getting better. Like I said, your wishes are being fulfilled. And now everybody want to hold hands and talk. Talk about what? Your assassination character? No. You already forgave them. You forgave everybody. You already did it. But you've moved on. Let you move on. Let you move on. You working hard. Like you working. You already forgave. You're not mad at anybody. That's the thing. You work. This is a Knight of Coins. You're a hardworking person. You're working. You went back in your crab shell. That's your symbol is a crab shell. You went right back in your crab shell. You start working. Your hermit crab. That's your symbol. You're not trying to bother anybody. You're trying to get your rest. So this is it. Four of Swords is rest. You're getting your rest. You're just trying to move on and get your rest. All you did was stop talking to people. That's it. You just moved on. You said, okay, no problem. You're not trying to, and so you winning. Source is actually rewarding you for taking the high road. Here's the partnership in business and love. So if you already have your partner in business or have your partner in love, the decision has already been made by Source. I mean, like, what do people want? That's when you know that people, misery loves company. And you're starting out with fire. Misery loves company. All you were trying to do was rebuild. That's it. That's it. So I don't know if somebody left a job and you were trying to rebuild from a job that you left, or you and your person together are, trying to rebuild your lives. I don't know who I'm talking to. But that number 7 is okay, 7, we got 7 of Wands here. We got 7 of Swords here. Where else 7 else was somewhere else. 7. And then we have kind of like these numbers right here combined 7, right? So with 4, and then Knight. That would add up to 7 too. 7 also. So you got 7s here, right? You got 7s. What, 7? I'm trying to add up everything. Yeah, you got 7s at least in 3 of the elements here. So these are have like tower moments for you all. And then the Chariot card is 7. So you have a 7 in the major arcana. You got at least 3 7s here in the minor arcana here. So y'all having a lot of awakenings. Y'all having a lot of awakenings, Cancer, which is good. I mean, I don't know. I keep trying to tell people you all are sweethearts, and I speak highly of all zodiac signs, but sometimes people don't really want to see the best in people until they have moved on with their lives. They don't want to see people evolve. This moon card right here connects us with the I believe sign. And it's like the moment you started to believe that you have purpose, on planet Earth, and you started building, first people laugh at you. Oh, this person, they don't have this. So it's like people wanted to kind of sort of, how when a house is under construction, you've ever rode through like neighborhoods where like you can't really see how it's going to look unless you see, like, even look through like blueprints, you can't really see how it's going to look. It's like when something is under construction, right? You can't really see how it's going to look until after it's done. So it's like when you're in the building stages, people can't really see, how it's like you're building your relationship, whatever, or building whatever, your business or your brand or whatever. People can't really see how it's going to, then you start taking shape, your relationship or whatever, your marriage, if somebody could be married or whatever, starts taking shape, things start happening, you kind of weather the storm, one day it may be snowing or go through the snowy season or like the 4 seasons or whatever. And then things start taking shape, things start happening, those kind of things. And things are just happening for you all. And the people who lied, did not consider that there were other people who actually really do love you. Like people who really believe in you. They never even considered their lies hurting other people. Like, what is... Child, listen. That's all I got, for real. I don't even know what to say. I really don't. let's go ahead and close out this reading. All I can tell y'all is keep building. You have the whole world in front of you. That's what the Two of Wands is. You got the whole world in front of you. You got a lot of opportunities coming your way. Somebody has a soulmate either already in their lives. You know, keep being in a posture of gratitude. You're waking up from some nightmares. You know, you all are down to earth. You're relatable. Keep building. You know, whatever your relationship is, if you're already with your twin flame or your twin business partner, you know, what you got going on. If they with their person, good, you know, good for them. Like I said, y'all already forgave some people. Y'all not mad. Yeah, here's a Knight of Cups. So, yeah, so like I said, you have a lot of wishes being fulfilled here. Knight of Cups here is like, it's look like somebody's looking for somebody to save somebody at this point. It's Knight of Cups. It's like somebody's looking for somebody to save somebody, you know, at this point. And now all of a sudden you were light high priestess. I mean, go figure. First you was dark high priestess, now you light high priestess. I mean, you don't have time for the mental games. You really don't. Here's the Ace of Cups. So protect your pearls of wisdom. Protect your pearls of wisdom. Now everybody had this come to an awakening, and here we have the Two of Pentacles here. So I feel like for somebody, you all are going to be possibly bonding, you know, possibly through music. Maybe y'all are going to be bonding through music. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's where the start is. So I don't know, you know, maybe it's a kids or, you know, or a child or whatever. Maybe that's where the bond is going to be. Just bonding through music, and that's it. Keeping people out of your business. Like, because you have the Judgment card connects us with death, rebirth, and so you're not completely cutting any younger people off. So maybe that's where you all are bonding through music. But there has to be, when you see the World card here, there has to be boundaries enforced with adults, because you're dealing with some energies. It's their way or the highway, and they were committed to lying about you, lying about something. There is no conversation for them. Absolutely none. They need help, for real. Somebody need to sit themselves down in therapy. They really need to sit down in therapy to do something like this to kids, for real. To lie, to have all this conversation around kids. They need to sit down somewhere. There's no conversation. No conversation whatsoever. Here we have the Eight of Wands. So something is being fast-tracked. You know, something is being fast-tracked. Something is being fast-tracked. So I see you sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts. Something is, sitting on your throne, being fast-tracked. Here we have the Five of Wands here. Lots of kind of sort of like baiting and switching going on. Baiting and switching, baiting and switching. Something, like I said, you may be catching flights or whatever. Kind of like, you know, in your mind, you may be thinking, not really sure, kind of. Not really sure, kind of. Not really sure, kind of. Here, it could be like maybe you taking somebody on a trip or something like that. I don't know, for somebody, maybe like taking somebody on a trip, or maybe like traveling or something like that. But just something about your energy is just like when something has, like something like what I'm looking at here in the cards have happened. Something about the energy just doesn't feel safe. It just, I mean, I'm just going to tell y'all what I'm saying. It just doesn't feel safe. It doesn't feel safe and it doesn't feel sacred. So all I can tell you, or whoever I'm talking to, is always have people with you. Always have people around you. Always have people with you. Always have your sacred group of people with you. Because after you've left these energies behind who like to keep people levels below them, who have started a bunch of mess, who have lied on you, lied to you, lied about you. I mean, just a bunch of mess. Who try to assassinate your character when you're trying to rest, break generational cycles, chains and curses, demonize you, cause you dark energy. Keep them out of your house altogether. They need to be out of your. They know we can come sit down if your house, you're not going to their house. They're not coming to yours, right? So there may be like a trip, but you're not going on no. Let's all get together and go on a trip. I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. They may say, well, let's all get together. No, I don't see that happening. So, again, this is a general reading. I'm only telling you what I'm seeing here in the cards. It's just been it's been a creating of a bunch of mess. Because this is, and I'm only looking at this card here. I just don't see it. You're just dealing with some very combative spirits. That's what I'm seeing here in the card. You're trying to build. And you're starting out with 10 of Wands, and all it'll take was just one misunderstanding. It can go from 0 to 1,000. When you're dealing with combative spirits, you see these people on the beach, it can just go from 0 to 1,000, and that's it. All the fun is just ruined, and you're trying to protect what you're building. You're trying to protect what you're building. So that would be a no. That would just be a no. And especially with all this water here and dealing with energy vampires, and you're dealing with depression, and you're dealing with all of this stuff going on. Somebody looking for somebody to be saved. You don't know what was said. All of this going on. So, yeah. People wanting access to legacy, and you just don't know what was said. You really just don't know what was said. So, always keep people around you. Always keep people around you. And just protect your energy. Protect your energy. The source is actually rewarding you for, like I said, taking the high road. And let me see. This came out twice. Yeah, there's no way in the world you can go from supposedly this dark energy being harshly judged, or people assuming you're judging them, to all of a sudden you this light energy and you this and that. Just no. Nope. So, yeah, they're Druid, a kind of malevolent nocturnal spirit that's associated with nightmares. But you have the gift of clairaudience. You're dealing with toxic masculinity. But should you double back for them, document your dreams day and night, but always bet on you. Drink more water as a form of self-care. You inspire them to heal. And so things are starting to flow to you like water, but toss some things into a burning bowl. Close up the cycle in love. Take your time to decide. That's what I'm saying here. Like, everything is case-by-case basis. If there are younger people involved, and you know that there have been grown adults who have lied to you, about you, they've created a bunch of mess, and there's kids involved, and it's caused mental anguish and mental pain. Sources saying it's probably best that you stay away from the adults, that if they're, your kids, whatever. You and your person do your thing with them. Let whoever do them with them. Y'all have your own separate stuff. Just because I'm looking at the Five of Wands here. This particular card here is just, like I said, that's bait and switch. Let's all get together. Next thing you know, it's just an all-out brawl. You don't know where it went wrong. You don't know what was said, who said what. All of a sudden, just all heck breaks loose. So you have the gift of deja vu, that's remembering the future. And so somebody apologizes for hurting you, and somebody regrets lying to you about something. So they want to call you, but they haven't changed. There it is. Somebody was trying to box you in. You have a very bitter ex. See, that's what I'm saying. Very bitter ex. Your next love interest will make you happier. The healer and protector of travelers is with you, but healed people just move differently. The answers you seek are coming. Like I said, something was smoked out. It can't, Messages from your ancestors. It's time to do a heart chakra cleanse, but you have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, their emotions, moods, and feelings. Somebody's not happy without you, and you are protected and loved. Yeah. Keep being sweethearts, Cancers. That's all I can tell you. Keep being sweethearts. All this drama that I'm seeing here in the cards is so uncalled for and so unnecessary. So unnecessary. So unnecessary and so uncalled for. That's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to finding out like family history, a lot of people are finding out family history. I don't know if I was telling you all this, Cancer, and I don't want to, really extend this video any longer than this. But there's a video on YouTube, and I'm sure it's a lot of videos like this, where this young lady found out that her aunt, wait a minute, hold on, let me say this right. That her, wait a minute. The woman that raised her aunt was actually really her mother, or one of her aunts. I think she had a couple of aunts, but one of her aunts that somebody was really her mother. It was like somebody in the group of aunts was actually really her mother. And the way that they did it, they put the video on YouTube, so it really didn't give her an opportunity to even process what was happening, which was awful. So I'm sure that traumatized her all into itself. But the way that the family sat there, and the way that they all acted like they had kept this secret from her for years. And so the look on this young lady's face was just like she was horrified. And she looked at the woman who gave birth to her, and she said, you knew all of y'all knew all this. These are women. All of these women sitting around, the aunties, mom, grandmother. And she said, y'all knew this and nobody's told me. And you can just tell she was like really hurt. And everybody was like, well, she was young. We were all trying to protect you. Y'all would be surprised at how many families lie to kids and don't tell them stuff and have people going their whole lives believing something. And when people find out stuff, everybody's sitting there like they got a chickadee in their mouth with feathers hanging out. Like, just everybody's sitting there like they don't know what. Just, as I keep telling everybody, you better sweep around your own front door before you start judging somebody else trying to find out stuff going on. Here we have the work card. Affirmations for work. Each day I work on the appropriate task to push the needle forward. I am surrounded by peers who support, encourage, and inspire me to get to the next level. So, like I said before, that's what I'm seeing here in this card. Here, there's some energies. Source is really trying to help you and somebody. The Two of Cups here is a soulmate energy for somebody. Soulmate could be a really good friend. So it's not always romantic, but if you're with your person already, good. I feel like somebody's getting married. But yeah, be concerned when people are so convinced that you're just this dark energy and all of a sudden you're this light energy now, because it's showing all these major cracks in the foundation. And there's still this master manipulator in the midst of all of this. They're still very much present. They're still present in all of this, right? This man, whoever this man is, still very present, right? And so now everybody needs some kind of saving, somebody to save something from a situation. So, because somebody's character is being assassinated in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Somehow they need you in some way. I don't know where Cancer is in your birth chart if you're watching, but somehow they need you to save something in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You're going to have to decide how you're going to proceed. You're going to have to decide how you're going to proceed. So, but that is what I have for you all. And like I said, protect your water. Protect your water. Protect your water. And I will see you all in the next video. See you all in the next video. Bye.